Hello computational thinking students. In this tutorial, we will see how to solve computational thinking week 2 graded assignment. First question. The following procedure finds the highest marks in mathematics scored by a male student and a female student from the scores dataset. But the programmer may have made mistakes in one or more steps. Identify all such steps if any. It is a multiple select question. Let us read the given procedure step by step. Step 1. Arrange all cards in a single pile called pile 1. Step 2. Maintain two variables mmax, fmax and initialize them to 0. Step 3. If pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration. Step 4. Read the top card in pile 1. So far, all the steps look correct. Step 5. If gender is M and mmax greater than mathematics marks, then store mathematics marks in mmax. Step 5 does not look right. There is some mistake in it, but let us continue because step 6 is also similar to this one. Step 6. If gender F and fmax greater than mathematics marks, then store mathematics marks in fmax. Step 7. Move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. As I said earlier, steps 5 and 6 are similar and there is an identical mistake in both those steps. Here, we are trying to find gender-wise toppers of mathematics, and as we know, while finding max, the conditions should be mmax less than mathematics marks and fmax less than mathematics marks in steps 5 and 6 respectively. Hence, the correct answer of this question is steps 5 and 6. Next question. What will variables A and B represent after execution of the following procedure on the paragraph words dataset? Step 1. Arrange all cards in a single pile called pile 1. Step 2. Maintain two variables A, B and initialize them to 0. Step 3. If pile 1 is empty, then stop the iteration. Step 4. Read the top card in pile 1. Step 5. If letter count greater than A, then store A in B and letter count in A. Step 6. If letter count less than A and letter count greater than B, then store letter count in B. Step 7. Move the current card to another pile called pile 2 and repeat from step 3. In this question, steps 5 and 6 are responsible for local operations in the given iteration. Step 5 checks the letter count of the current card, and if letter count is greater than A, then variable B's value will get replaced by A. At the same time, step 5 will also store the letter count in variable A, which will be the max letter count in the dataset. This implies that the value of variable A is copied to variable B before updating the value of variable A. In step 6, letter count is getting stored in variable B if the current letter count is smaller than variable A, but higher than variable B. Based on these steps, we can conclude that the variable B is storing the second max letter count in the dataset. Hence, the correct answer of this question is A is equal to largest word length and B is equal to second largest word length. Next question. What will the value of A represent at the end of execution of the given procedure on the paragraph words dataset? In these questions, step 5, we are adding letter count to variable B without checking any condition. Then, the step 6 checks whether the word ends with a full stop or not, which means it checks for the end of the sentence. If that is not the case, then we are executing step 9 and repeating the process of accumulation of letter count in variable b. On the other hand, in step 7, if the word ends with a full stop and that is the end of the sentence, then we are comparing variables b and a. If variable b is greater than a, then we are storing variable b's value in variable a and resetting variable b's value to 0 for the next iteration. Based on all this analysis, we can conclude that the purpose of this procedure is to find longest sentence using letter count. Hence, the correct answer of this question is length of the longest sentence based on the number of characters. Moving on to the next question. Let us define the most popular shop to be the one that generates the maximum total revenue. The given procedure finds the revenue of most popular shop in the shopping bills dataset. Fill in the blanks from the given choices and complete the procedure. In this question, we are finding the max among total revenue generated by each shop from shopping bills dataset. Missing steps 5, 6 and 7 represent the calculation of the same. By observing the given options, we can identify that the step 5 is accumulating the total bill amounts of SV stores. Also, it is comparing the computed total revenue with variable max, and if it is greater than max, then storing the same in variable max. Similar computation and comparison is happening for Big Bazaar and Sanjantar in steps 6 and 7 respectively. Hence, the correct answer of this question is step 5. If the shop name is SV stores, then add total bill amount to SV total, and if SV total greater than max, then store SV total in max. Step 6. If the shop name is Big Bazaar, then add total bill amount to BB total, and if BB total greater than max, then store BB total in max. Step 7. If the shop name is Sun General, then add total bill amount to SG total, and if SG total greater than max, then store SG total in max. Next question. The following procedure finds the highest amount of bill generated at Sun General from the shopping bills dataset. But the programmer may have made mistakes in one or more steps. Identify all such steps, if any. It is a multiple select question. Step 1. Arrange all cards in a single file called file 1. Correct. Step 2. Maintain a variable max and initialize it to 1. Variable initialization in this step may look different as compared to the previous initialization of variable max, but it is correct because we have learned that the variable max should be initialized to the lowest value in the range. Here we are computing the max of total bill amounts at Sun General, and the lowest possible value for any shopping bill is 1, not 0. Step 3. If file 1 is empty, then stop the iteration. Step 4. Read the top card in file 1. Step 5. If the shop name is Sun General and max greater than total bill amount, then store total bill amount in max. This step is wrong because of the incorrect comparison operation between variable max and total bill amount. It should have been step 5. If the shop name is Sun General and max less than total bill amount, then store total bill amount in max. Step 6. Move the current card to another file called file 2 and repeat from step 3. Correct. Hence, the correct answer of this question is only step 5. Moving on. What will the value of x after execution of the following procedure using the shopping bills data? Here in step 2, variables a and b are initialized to 0 and 1000 respectively. As per the steps 5 and 6, we are doing some calculations using the current card only if the item bananas is there on it. In steps 7 and 8, we are finding the highest and lowest unit price of the item bananas and storing these values in variables a and b respectively. This is the list of all such shopping bills. In step 10, we are adding these two variables a, b and storing the result in variable x. Hence, the correct answer of this question is 13. Next question. What will be the value of x after execution of the following procedure using the shopping bills dataset? Here in step 3, variable x is initialized to none, which indicates that this variable is used to store value of string data type. If we observe steps 6 to 9, then we can notice that the computation in these steps is identical, except it is for different customers. Variable y stores the max of amount spent by customers Akshaya, Advait, Abhinav and Ahmed across all shops. These steps also store the name of respective customer in the variable x. Here is the full list of their spendings. Hence, the correct answer of this question is Akshaya. Next question. The following flowchart represents the sequence of steps through which a patient goes after entering a claim. Fill in the blanks using the given statement and complete the flowchart. We have to understand the meaning of each component with respect to the context of the flowchart. In order to solve this question, we have to match the given statements with their accurate component labels. Let us see the general sequence of activities the patient goes through after entering a clinic. First, patient will arrive at the clinic. Then, the clinic's admin department will check if the patient is registered patient or not. If it is a new patient, then he or she will have to do the registration process, then only a nurse will be allotted. After that, the allotted nurse will record the health condition and assigned doctor will check the patient. If the doctor thinks that some medication is required, then the prescription will be given to the patient. Another decision point comes with respect to the follow-up. If follow-up is required, then the clinic will schedule an appointment and then the patient will leave the clinic. Hence, the answers of these flowchart-based questions are A3, B7, D4, G1, H5, J2, K6. Next question. What will be the values of A, B and C after execution of the following pseudocode using the scores dataset? Let us analyze the given pseudocode. Here we have initialized variables A, B and C to 0. The while loop is iterating over all the cards available in pile 1. First if statement compares mathematics marks with physics marks, and if they are higher, then variable A is getting incremented. Then in second if, we are checking if mathematics marks are lesser than physics marks or not. And in third if, we are comparing mathematics marks with physics marks for equality. But as we can see that the second and third if are inside the first if, which means they will be executed only if outer if statement is true. Therefore, second and third if will never compute to be true and variables b and c will not be incremented. This is the list of all such students who scored higher marks in mathematics than physics. Hence, the answers of these pseudocode based questions are a is equal to 16, b is equal to 0 and c is also equal to 0. Next question. What will be the values of a, b and c after execution of the following pseudocode using the scores dataset? Let us analyze the given pseudocode. Here we have initialized variables a, b and c with 0. The while loop is iterating over all the cards available in Python. First if statement checks the city is Chennai or not. If it is Chennai, then the second if statement will be executed. But if not, then we will directly jump to the else block and increment variable c. Because that else is associated with this first if statement and this is the list of all such students. If the student is from Chennai, then in second if we are looking for all the students born before first. And if that is the case, then we are comparing total marks with variable a. If the total marks are higher than the current value of variable a, then we will update variable a with those total marks. Therefore, variable a will store the highest total marks of the student from Chennai, born before 1st May. This is the list of all such students. Next if is identical to the previous if with variable a, except this one is outside the condition check for date of birth. Therefore, variable b will store the highest total marks of students from Chennai. This is the list of all such students. Hence, the answers of these pseudocode based questions are a is equal to 247, b is equal to 254 and c is equal to 22. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Happy learning.